The walleye fishing has frustrated many anglers in the area. This week's fishing tips offer non-conventional ways to hook walleye. Ray Gildow of the Nisswa Guides League and Mandy Urich, the bassing biologist, suggest jigging wraps and paddle tails.
Today we're going to talk a little about different techniques for walleye fishing. I think most people who do walleye fish are familiar with the typical night crawlers and Lindy rigs and leeches and jigs and minnows. Today we're going to talk about something that's kind of making a comeback for some people, and it's probably brand new for most of us, frankly, and that's using jigging wraps. And jigging wraps have been designed originally and used originally for fishing in the ice house, down in a fish hole. And we're finding out that in warm water conditions, these are very effective techniques on some days for catching walleyes. And the technique to use is what we call rip jigging. And by that I mean we're going to be very active with the jig. And so we're going to snap jig it, just like that, and let it fall. And if you're in 20 feet of water, 15, 30 feet of water, get a real good lift and a real float. And those walleyes usually hit it on the way down, and sometimes they hit it back on the way up. It's a very effective technique on some days. Another effective technique is what we call paddle baits, and Mandy's going to talk about that.
These little guys here, just as you see, it comes in all different shapes and sizes. Paddle tails have a ton of different applications for them. Moving away from using a lot of live bait to using plastic baits, these are great walleye technique to use as a trailer. So you have your weight and then your leader and either a spinner bait and or just a plain hook on a Lindy rig. You simply just bait one of these up like you would your normal minnow bait, and away you go.
So these are a couple techniques to use, especially if you're interested in trying to learn how to fish without live bait. Nothing against live bait, that's a very effective way to catch fish, obviously, but these are some new innovative ways to try to catch those walleyes. I'm Ray Gildow with the Nisswa Guides League.
And I'm Mandy Urich, the bass biologist.
If you've enjoyed this segment of Lakeland News, please consider making a tax-deductible contribution to Lakeland Public Television.